Greetings and salutations on a magnificent Wednesday afternoon. It's the Teddy Bear, and welcome to the zone of LOTO Radio Night Tracks. What can I say? One of the most influential artists of our time. He had me at Never Gonna Let You Go. Three-time Grammy Award winner, Oscar nominated songwriter, the legendary Mr. Sergio Mendes. Sir,
Hello.
how are you doing this afternoon?
Very good. Pleasure talking to you.
No, the pleasure is truly mine. You looking spry as always.
Thank you.
The documentary, I must speak on that. The documentary that you put together in the key of joy is fantastic. And I want to thank you for sharing just a small part of your life with us. What was it like for you to have this documentary made about you and your journey through music?
It was a great experience for me. And I must tell you, it started by meeting with John Scheinfeld, who directed, produced, did the whole thing. And we just clicked it and it was just like one of those great encounters. And he's a very musical man and very patient and into the detail of things. So we spent 2 years working together. We went to Brazil, then he did interviews here in Brazil. And it was a great experience for me, to revisit, the beginnings of my life and people that I work with. That and John was able to get great footage also, shows and things I've done in the past that I had no idea I had it. So yeah, it was a wonderful experience, and I'm very proud of it. Very happy about it.
Well, I'm extremely impressed with the documentary. Actually, it left me wanting more because you have given us so much great music. Your music and your passion is on a whole nother level. Can you give the listeners out there a little bit more insight what it's like for you when you have an opportunity to perform live in front of so many enduring fans?
Yeah, live is the best experience. Live, it's like playing for an audience. If it's in Brazil or Japan or United States, it's just that because you never know. It's a new experience every time. Playing live and doing your thing and the response of the public. And it's a wonderful experience. It's a gift. It's a blessing.
Brazilian music in general, very joyous, but also very passionate. And you exude that through all of your music.
Thank
It's
you.
on a completely different level. You bring, and I'm like I said, you bring for me. I've had an opportunity to listen to so much of your music over the years, and it's hard for me to even imagine. But you get better and better, like a fine wine. What do you attribute? What do you attribute that to?
I think the music itself, it's like you said, the music is contagious, Brazilian music. Great melodies, melodies that you cannot forget, just stays with you in your heart. Songs like Masquinada. We must have played that songs, I know, millions of times. And everybody we had the public singing with us. And so, yeah, music is something very special. And I'm so blessed to have music as my life and to be able to perform all over the world. It's a special thing. And again, Brazilian music, it's romantic, it's sensual. Um, I mean, you can dance to it, you can dream with it, you can, sing along. So it's one of those kinds of music that it's in the Brazilian culture. Is that heritage we have from Africa, from the Iberic Peninsula, the Portuguese and the Spanish. So it's that, and that gave us great songwriters like you have in this country. You have the Gershwins and the Cole Porters and the Mancinis. And so we have people like Jobim, for instance, which is a great songwriter. And I was fortunate to meet him and work with him. And Brazilian music is a joyful experience anyway, in the key of joy.
Being a songwriter, and I want to put the emphasis on being a songwriter, is definitely a special gift. Do you see in today's modern music, do you think there's a lot of emphasis put on songwriting the way it used to be, let's say 20 years ago?
Well, it's a great question. And I I'm not a nostalgic person. I'm always looking forward. I'm looking for tomorrow, next month, next year. And
Right.
at this moment, all over the world, I think I miss melody. I miss the great songwritings. There's a lot of, loops and this and that. Put, the song. I'm not going to mention the name, but I saw the other day a song sung by an important, very important artist. It's got 20 writers in it. I mean, if a writer said blah blah, blah okay, oh, it's in. You're my partner. You wrote the song with me. So we're at that point of, I don't know. My hope that you know older things will come back again, meaning
Right.
that melody will come back. I mean, come on, we lived in a right now the world is so confusing and so sad with wars and pandemics and this and that. You want a song to hum, now how are you going to hum to those loops?
Right.
I mean, and I don't mind using loops, by the way. When I work
Right.
with Will I Am, the Black Eyed Peas, he's brilliant, he's amazing because he's a melody man, and he saw that in Brazilian music, and we did do some loops with some drums and some things like that, but was something that you could sing along with the song. If you listen to the Masquinada, the version I did with him, it's got some rap. Why not? I love rap. I mean, when I work with Common, same thing. The brilliant men, brilliant artists. So that kind of thing, I think that's no problem. What I miss is the monotonous, and repetitious kind of almost brainwashing. It's like
Right.
what is the song? I don't know the song.
Right. I
Anyway,
understand.
and that's the way I feel. And there are
Mhm.
a lot of other musicians that I'm in touch with that feel the same way.
I remember an interview you did about 14 years ago, and it left that in me, embedded in me. You said, nothing can replace the creativity of music. Being able to create something special and magical can never be replaced, as you said, by using different things and just not being a true, authentic artist. How do you feel about that now?
Well, again, I think I just told you. I mean, I need melody, and the harmony, of course. Some great harmonies to go with it. But when you look at songwriting, I mean, even if you go to classical music, if you listen to Beethoven and Chopin, and those melodies are there. It's not a collage of things. It's just something that comes from. It's a great experience, and as a songwriter, I was able to work with great lyricists like Marilyn and Alan Bergman, and I had great English lyrics written to my songs. I had Portuguese lyrics as well. But you get a song, for instance, like you mentioned, "Never Gonna Let You Go." When I received that song, and I said, "Oh man, what a song, what a melody," and there it is. Then it's the arrangement, of course, it's the arrangement, the way you in the end, whoever's gonna sing that song, and luckily, I met the man at the time. His name is Joe Pizzullo. He's a good friend of mine. And when I heard that voice, I said, perfect encounter, the song and the voice. I mean, when you hear to Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Nat Cole, I mean, come on, those guys are like masters. They
Right.
sung incredible melodies. They're like Ella and Sarvan, and I mean, you name it. They're so that's the world I live in.
Well, it was a definitely, as far as a beautiful time and music. And speaking of music, how do you continually push yourself to be a better artist, a better musician?
Hmm. Well, it's a very good question. Uh, we just recently went through the pandemic. It was like 3 years of staying home, nothing to do, no shows, and it's kind of a reflection time.
Right.
You say, "Wow, man, what's going to happen? What's this thing is going to anyway?" So yeah, the moments were recently and the wars and all that stuff and difficult moments. But the way I look at it, I'm starting going back on the road. I'm traveling. I have a few shows coming in on the East Coast and here in California. It's such a joy to reunite with my band, for instance. We are like great band. Had these young guys, they play amazing. So getting together and go on stage and perform those songs, uh, that's I love that. Now, how a better musician, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know. It's the surprise element. I like the that thing. I don't know. Somebody might call me tomorrow. Hey, Sergio, you wanna make a record with this guy from South Africa or India? Then I'm going to be interested. Or for United States, as a matter of fact, But something fresh, something unique, that turns me on. Something fresh, unique, that I haven't done it before. I don't like keep repeating the same thing. So I'm open for collaboration, which is a great thing. Like making a movie, you need. So I need a song, I need a singer, and we keep rolling.
Keep rolling, Lord have mercy. For those who are tuning in late, shame on you, but the teddy bear does forgive you. We bring joy today, of course, with the legendary Mr. Sergio Mendes. I have to ask you something, and I said when I get you on the show, I want to kind of pick your brain about this. There's something magical with you and Herb Alpert. I don't I don't know what it is, but when you guys are together, you just it seems that you bring the best out of one another. Can you tell the fans out there what's that like as far as working with him?
That's exactly the kind of encounter I was talking about. Meeting somebody. I met him at a rehearsal hall here in LA. I was rehearsing a band. I had no record contract. I mean, I did, but I didn't. One of those. And he walked in with Jerry Moss, and he saw the band, and just boom, you know. Lonnie Hall, which was my singer at the time, is his wife, and we're very close friends. We talk to each other every week, and he lives here in LA. And it was one of those lucky, I use a lot the word serendipity. It was one of those serendipity moment meeting
Right.
Herb and Jerry. Yeah, absolutely.
I
And it
mean,
was a great place to be. It was the right place to be. Yeah, we had a wonderful time
yeah.
together.
I look back, there were so many during your time, there were so many record labels, even small record labels.
Yeah.
And here we are now in 2022, and we have maybe four or five major record labels right now. We have a lot of artists that are independent. What do you think about as far as being an independent artist and having complete creative control over your music?
I think it's good. I think it's the times we live. You have to express yourself. And because if a major label, when I say major, like the four ones you mentioned, is not interested in your work, doesn't mean you're not gonna. You can release your record. You gotta stay with your passion, embrace that passion, and keep rolling, keep doing it. And I know it's harder today for somebody to release a record because of that, but there are ways of doing it. There's the internet. There's so many ways to do it, but the whole thing is do it. Just do it and stay stay with your dreams and what you believe on it. That's the most important thing. Don't don't come back or don't how do you say don't capitulate.
Right.
Just stay
Well,
there and do what you believe, and it will be heard. I was thinking as I'm talking to you now, I'm thinking about a zillion things. I was thinking about another artist that I love. Talk about Stevie Wonder is another artist that I was very lucky to be with him, to meet with him, and to record songs. He wrote a song for me. I mean, that kind of songwriting I miss. Anyway, I thought I would
no,
tell you.
but you're right. I've had people say, Teddy Bear, you're stuck in the past. Get off my lawn. I said, that kind of music, like you said, songwriting, melody,
Yeah,
is sorely missed in
absolutely.
today's industry. It's just people not doing the necessary things to hone their skills, to elevate
Yeah.
musicianship. Everything is getting in the studio using bells and, as you said, using loops, and you're robbing yourself from the creative process and what it means to be a true musician.
Mhm.
you know it's really unfortunate, but that's okay. That's all right. That's why we have you here. We still have your passion, we still have your love for music, and also family. I want to let everyone know we have a special CD, actually DVD giveaway. of Mr. Mendes documentary, of course.
Yes.
Yes, Laura, we're going to give it away. Give 3 DVDs away to
Yay,
three
great. Thank you.
listeners, 3 lucky random listeners. Teddy Bear is going to give you all the pertinent information on how to get this. And also, for those who have not had an opportunity to see Mr. Mendez perform live, you're going to get an opportunity this coming Friday. Of course, he's on tour. Friday, September the 16th at 7 p.m. Pacific. He is going to be at the Libby Bowl. That's in Ojai, California. You say, well, Teddy Bear, if I'm on the East Coast, how am I going to get there? Planes, trains, automobiles. If you have to take a camel, make sure you get make, make sure that you get there and to get all the latest information. Make sure you stop by Mr. Mendez official website. That's at www.sergiomendezmusic.com. If you had an opportunity to go back, let's say 20 years ago, and have a conversation with yourself, what would the Sergio Mendes of today say to him to get him prepared for the future?
What would I tell myself
What
20
would you tell
years
you to get?
ago? Yeah, I think, just stay on it. Stay on it and hang on, just embrace your passion and stay on it and listen to great music, great songs, great melodies. Yeah, I mean that's how and do whatever is on your heart as far as music is concerned. Just do it.
without, without question. I find that a lot of great artists that I've had the pleasure of conversing with, like yourself, they've had a rough time, a challenging time to adjusting today's modern music, especially with the record companies, as far as record stores no longer existing here in
Yeah.
the States. There's no more Tower Records, Music Land, Warehouse. It was something
Yep.
special going
Yes.
to the record store and buying an album or meeting and greeting your favorite artist. And now that's been taken away. Everything is via social media and digital upload. How long did it take you to adjust
Yeah.
to what we're doing now?
I have a 28-year-old son, Tim,
Okay.
and the other side of this story, and he's aware of things that are happening, and he buys one vinyl per week.
Okay.
So to give, and he's 28, so he's into and all his friends, they listen to traditional music, they listen to Brazilian music, jazz. I mean, good stuff, and back to vinyl. So certain things will come back. Vinyl is so popular right now. Kids don't want to hear that little thing on the little
Right.
earphone. They want to hear the thing on that beautiful box, and that you can enjoy the pleasure and but so that's the other side. It's hard right now to maybe, and again, but just keep doing it. It's keep doing it. Will be people like that are there to release your music, and you can find there's several ways now that you can release a record, and you know, just don't give up. Don't give up.
Right.
Don't.
Encouraging words, because I've had, what do I do now? I'm trying to change. I'm trying to adapt to the way things are being doing. I said, stay driven, remain passionate about your music. At the end of the day, music is the only uniting as far as bringing unity to everyone. It's joyous,
Yeah.
love, passion, and you exemplify that, Mr. Mendez. And I
Thank
want to thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule and honoring us today. And hopefully soon you make your way down here to Texas. We
you.
would love to
Absolutely.
see you. We would love to see you perform here. I'll be there front row. Not a problem.
Oh, okay. I haven't been in Texas for for a little while, but you will know when we get there. It'll be my pleasure to play. You in Houston, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
but I love playing Texas, Houston, Dallas, everywhere. Austin, and yeah, it's always been
We
good.
we
Great.
need we need your love and we need your passion because you bring it every time you're on the stage, and I love it.
A pleasure talking to you. I love your voice. The
Thank
sound.
you, sir. Thank you so much. It was my honor. This is part of my bucket list. I've waited a long time to
Oh,
have you on the show. I've been a lover of your music for almost close to 20 some odd years. So it
Thank
was
you.
an honor to have you on the show. And whatever you need, please do not hesitate to let us
Great
know.
pleasure. God bless.
God bless you too, sir. The legendary Sergio Mendes here in the zone of LOTO Radio. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and tuning out all the negativity. Oh, but the teddy bear hasn't forgotten. Again, we got a special DVD giveaway, of course, from the new album. In the you know what, it's very seldom, very rarely that I get really completely stoked about having a guest on, but I'm really stoked about having Mr. Mendez on. I said I've been a long time fan, a long time listener, and love his music. But as I was saying, we have a DVD giveaway. We're giving only three, not four, three away. Okay, it's from In the Key of Joy, his documentary DVD. We're giving three away, and this is how you do. I need you to send your information to this email. We're going to pick three random people, okay? Three random fans, supporters. Send it to LOTL The Zone Awards. That's LOTL The Zone Awards. That's at gmail.com. We will pick out a random winner. Make sure you send all your information, and we will make sure that you get that DVD ASAP. And be sure to join us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as we are joined by the fantastically gifted jazz artist, Mr. Norman Brown, will be joining us tomorrow. And to get all the latest updates, let your fingers do the walking. Be sure to follow us, of course, on the Facebook page. It's at LOTL Zone Radio, and also Twitter. Yeah. You follow us on Twitter. That's at twitter.com/LOTL Radio. We're also on Instagram and also on TikTok. Yeah, we're on TikTok. That's at LOTL Radio. And again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and tuning out all the negativity. Without you, there's no zone, and there's definitely no teddy bear. Yes, Lord. I see a Maria, Michelle. All right. Yes, Lord. Thank you, my queens and kings, for tuning in. We love it. Thank you. Your support. And if you want to give support to our show and make a donation for content and advertising and suggestions on what artists you like to have on our show, all you got to do, make a donation. That's at, of course, that's it. $ Reginald Bear. That's that Cash App. Anything you need, we're here to provide it for you, okay? Much continued success, much happiness to everyone. And on the other side, we'll see you in the zone of LOTO Radio. Lord have mercy.